And I'll start my video. And as you all can see, I have Ernest here with me. Ernest actually is a former inside real estate employee for KV Core. He's doing his own real estate thing now. And I came across some really cool stuff he's doing with Canva and videos. And so I wanted to have him on as a guest today, just kind of show you guys kind of what he's doing and what kind of traction he's getting. And when he's done with that, I kind of walk you through step by step how to do what he is doing so everybody knows how to do it. I'm going to do my spiel real quick, which is if you are watching this later on YouTube and want to come do this live with us, we do these success meetups on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays usually at 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. And if you want to scan that QR code, it will take you to the sign up to be able to come do this live and ask questions and all that good stuff with us. So today we're going to be talking about doing a market update in Canva, putting some video on it to make it super fun and eye-catching, and posting this out to social media to get some good traction with your social media postings. So I am going to stop my share. And I thought I'd let Ernest share his screen if he wants to, and kind of talk to us about what he's been doing lately.
Yeah, let me go ahead and turn my camera on here too.
He's a pretty face.
Yeah, let's go ahead and I think you have it disabled for me there. but my pretty face is going to be a little bit here. But let me share my screen while we figure that out on the back end too. Well, you'll need to disable that as well if you can. But I'll kind of give you an idea of, while Heather figures that out on her end, what we've been doing with Canva, or what I've specifically been doing with Canva, is I've created a template that's basically a market update inside of Canva. And every morning I'll go in and check our local MLS statistics, because it gives us a pretty in-depth breakdown of the total number of new listings, price reduced listings, as well as pendings, sold, and so forth. And I'm leveraging those data points to basically just plug them into my template, of which I've already created. And I'm going to show you how to create that template. I'll also show you the content that I've been publishing to all my social media handles. One of the biggest kind of advice tips that I can give to all of you out there is, if you're going to start publishing to numerous social media platforms, try and stay unique with your social media handle. This is something that I've learned from experience, is you want to keep it unique so that people can find you across the board, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok. But these really quick 5-minute videos that it takes to create, it's actually only about 1 minute and 20 seconds on the actual market update, but it has a lot of call to actions inside of it that are going to leverage KV Core features and functionalities like squeeze pages to really kind of drive traffic. So let me see here if I can share, and it looks like I can. So let me make sure I got the right screen here. I think this is Canva, right? We could all see that there. And yeah. I'll go ahead and enable my camera here so you can see my pretty face. I'm not all dressed up today, so I'm the right camera here. I'm not all dressed up today, but you know how that goes in the world of real estate. So what I've done is I've created this really kind of cool little template inside of Canva that is downloadable. It's very easy to plug into and change my stats. But you can see I have kind of all of these elements that are displayed in here. The background's editable. I got my nice little logo there that pops up, and it's got some really cool animations. So if I were to actually go ahead and click on play here, it would, you slide in and start playing all my audio, and this might be a little bit loud on your end, but definitely designed to wake you up. But I shoot these every morning at 9 a.m. They're published to all my social channels by 9:05, and we're already getting some traction. But this is just a template that I've created inside of Canva. It's got a market update. You can see the new listings, the price changes, and the pendings. And it's a little bit more engaging than what your customary post might be, where there's no video, there's no audio. It's just like a static post that you're just publishing data points, or you're publishing new listing statistics too, right? We've all seen those posts come across social media. This is something that you can publish to your personal wall, to your business page. You could put it in your Instagram stories. You could put it in your Snapchat stories. You could even take it to TikTok. And believe it or not, TikTok's kind of where I've been getting a lot of my traction with these videos. You can see some of these market updates are being played about 6,400, 3,700 times. And we even have some that are upwards of, like 1,700. And this is all these videos you see here are basically shot in Canva. But the market update videos are really kind of driving attention. And in fact, driving me messages. You could even see how I've redirected them to a KV Core squeeze page right here with the call to action in TikTok specifically that says, click the link in the post or on my profile above to see properties, and that takes them to this KV Core squeeze page. That there are some different layouts, right? So this is for Instagram, right? So Instagram takes a little bit different formatting than like YouTube or something along those lines. So I have two different formats that I plug it into. But basically what I do is I just take my iPhone, Heather, there. I take this, I take my iPhone in the morning. I got a tripod that I set it up on. I actually purchased this $20 microphone off of Amazon, and it plugs into my iPhone. It gives me really good audio quality, so it doesn't sound like I'm yelling across the hallway at my camera phone or anything like that. It actually gives me a really crisp audio, and it was only 20 bucks for the actual microphone. But let me show you how easy it is to actually update these, right? So I shoot the video on my phone. Canva has a native application that you can download to your device that you can then upload your photos and videos into your Canva. So that if you work better on your computer, you can just go ahead and access those videos from your computer. So what I've done is I've actually added a frame, and let me go ahead and delete this entire frame, right? Because I got all my elements here already, and I'll show you how to actually build this from scratch unless Heather wants to try and tackle that. But we have
do it. I can.
we have photo frames here, right? You can see how you can drag and drop this photo frame into Canva. And then basically all I need to do now is go into my uploads, go into videos, and inside of videos, we'll find my video. And you can see all my pretty face here, but we'll find my video. You can see the rough edit there. And then up in the top, there's this clip. And I usually don't film myself walking in the camera, and I try and get a pretty face or smile going there at the beginning of this. But you could do that. And then Canva actually released a really cool feature and functionality that is a background remover. So no more having to juggle back and forth, trying to get a green screen. My walls, as you can see, are already green, which kind of play into my favor. But these Canva tools has an actual background remover, and you can click on that. And now it just basically looks like you're standing right in front of that actual photo, right? So you can, place yourself wherever you want to put yourself on the screen. You can move yourself into the center. You could, change your thumbnail type photo there that you want it to land on. There's all sorts of fun things that you could do. And in fact, if you want to make this even more easy, I do this the hard way because I download it to my phone, then go publish it to all my channels. But you could actually connect all your social media outlets here, and then you could simply just share it from Canva. So if I wanted to share this to my Facebook business page or to TikTok or to my stories or my LinkedIn profile, you could absolutely do that directly from Canva.
Yeah, and just to jump in here, I was playing with this myself, and if you haven't recorded on your cell phone, you can actually hit the record yourself button right in Canva here and just do it right in Canva, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I've done a couple of them that way. Like when I'm like, I'm not going to get on camera today, or I don't want to go through the hassle. You could actually click this record now button or record yourself. It'll then prompt your screen like this. It puts a little photo in the bottom here. I don't know if it'll show me here. Let's see if it does, because sometimes when you're on Zoom,
if you're zooming, sometimes it won't do it, but
it won't do it. So but if you wanted to, you could have your photo here. So in fact, if you had a camera that was mobile for your computer, you could literally probably set it up on a tripod, shoot yourself. It's all on your desktop, and then you're ready to roll. So very, very easy. But let me show you how I built this because it was actually quite simple. For me, at least, I'm a little bit more tech savvy than some, no offense, but I'm probably a little bit more technological savvy when it comes to these things. But I basically want to create design, and I created an Instagram post. Now this post will give me my foundation. And then basically what I did was I started going through the flow of things. So I'm like, you know what? I want a video to play in the background. So if I go to uploads and go to videos here and go all the way down, you'll see that there's this San Antonio kind of Riverwalk stock video that could play in the background that moves. So you could resize this, get it to the size of the full element or full container. And then we could add elements. So we could add things like shapes. So I can go into my lines and shapes, and I can add things like, let's just see what is here. It should give me a lot more lines and shapes than that. But we could go ahead and go to line, and let's look at graphics. And you could do something like this if you wanted to. Then you could resize this. The nice thing is that once you already have this built, it's there for you, right? So you just save it. It's in a folder. You can then just come in and out as you want and swap out your video that you've shot and so forth. So I have this element here that I can go ahead and resize. I can even animate this if I wanted to. Like if I want this to slide in, you could play with some of these animations. You could have it come in like super slow or tumble in. But you could also then go ahead and copy this. So if you hold Alt C, you can go ahead and copy it. And that'll give you a duplication of this. So you can then, go and drag it and drop it down somewhere here at the bottom. And now we could also add squares, right? So if I want to add shapes, you saw how I had in my title, the brokerage name or my team name, right? So I can go ahead and resize this, and then I could double click it and just say things like broker associate, right? And you could do EXP rotate. And then this is all basically going to allow you can resize this, you can customize this, and then I could even group these, right? So if I had just done text separate from the box, I would group these together. But then you could also add animation to this. So if I wanted this to slide up like that, you could do that. And then you can go ahead and continue to add in more shapes, right? So you saw I had the new listings, right? So I can go ahead and resize this. And what I would do with the listing tiles is I would go ahead and make these just be boxes and then add text to those boxes. And the reason why I do that is because I actually want them to be editable. So versus having to try and edit all the text, I just want to edit, the number. I don't want to have to edit new listings and resize it. I just want to actually edit that number itself. So we can go into like heading, right? And we can go ahead and resize this down. And the duplicate option here is really nice. So we could, since this is a number and not text, we can turn that number up. But we could also go ahead and duplicate this. So then we can drag it to our next tile. Same thing here. We'll do that. Looks good. And then I'm going to add some subheadings. So I'm going to say things like new listings. And we can go into here. And I'm going to turn down the text size on new listings. So that's my new listings. And then you would just align this. You could change the color if you want. Like if you want it to stand out, do more like white. And then same thing here, you could just go ahead and duplicate these. So you would do price reduced. And then you can do things like pending. Align that. And then what you need to do now is just make sure that you group these together and see if I remember how to do this. So if I go here, I think I go there. And there should be a group.
I think you have to select them all. So I always drag and select them all.
Yeah, that's right. There you
And
go.
then you can group them. Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, so. And we got to get this one here. If you're trying to trick for you all out there watching this, if you're trying to drag and drop on the screen here, don't right click without holding shift first. Because if you right click and try and drag or select something, sometimes you'll end up dragging an element or across the board, or you'll drag the video out of the background and so forth. So just be very cautious. And if you want to move these, like let's say they're not perfectly centered, since you now have them grouped, you can just go ahead and highlight all of them and slide them over. So pretty simple. Right, so we got that. Now all we need to do is go ahead and change the color of the listings. So we can go here, change the color, and change the color. And we're done, right? So you could have it like that. And then lastly, if you want to put your logo on here, let me see if I have my logo up on here. So we can go ahead and add your logo. And if you want it to stand out a little bit more, you could put a background on it. You don't really care, totally up to you. But you could, add a background to it to give it a little bit more transparency. And then all you need to do now is go ahead and if you want to embed that video onto here, you just drag and drop that frame that I showed you at the beginning of the call. And let's actually do, that one's a wavy frame. Let's do this one here. All right, and then back into your uploads under videos, and you can go to that video that you shot, place it into there. Click your video, edit the starting point, of course, so you don't get yourself walking backwards. And then you would just edit video, background remover. There I am. Right. And if you want to add animations to any of this, you can. This has a border text. I don't really like that. So you might choose a different frame. But if you want to add border text, you could, or not border text, but if you want to add animations, just select the group and then animate, and you can see, what it would look like when it gets animated. Right, so you would select the group, and then you can go ahead and have it slide in. Same thing here. You could have it wipe, and then you can have this do like a baseline, something like that. And you're done. And it's super quick, super easy, right? You have a template now. You could save this. And then every morning when you wake up, just check those local MLS statistics. And then you can go into this layout, and you can easily upload a market update to all your social channels, right? So there we go. We have that.
And then do you resize them for channels?
Yeah, so I would resize this. So this is an Instagram story. So what you could technically do is just go ahead and copy all this if you wanted to. Right, so this is an Instagram post. Let me rephrase it, Instagram post. YouTube Shorts and YouTube have a different.
Can you just resize from the? I think you can just resize from the
you
thing.
can resize from the download. I think you probably know that trick better than I.
Over there on the left-hand side, where next to your file. The top.
Here.
Nope, at the top on the bar.
Oh, there you go.
Right there.
Yep.
And
yeah. So then, yeah, you would choose one of these. YouTube Shorts is the other place that I post these to, that you could have it resized to. So like 1080 to 1920.
Yeah.
But what I like to do too is when I take these, I'll put it like this into TikTok, and I'll use TikTok's caption builder because they got a pretty cool caption builder and their add sound inside of TikTok. And then I'll download that video and share it to some of my other channels as well. So that I get so that you get captions on your video, right? Because captions nowadays are huge things, because you could add emojis, you could put like backgrounds on the text and so forth. So like you'll see all of these have actual have actual text, and I put that over the actual statistics. I know I did that on purpose, just so that they'll actually listen to the video versus just seeing the numbers. So just some ways to actually play around with it a little bit, and have some pretty cool fun with Canva.
Can you put? I don't ever touch TikTok, so I'm interested. Can you put links in TikTok?
You can if you're approved as a business. I just have it in my profile here.
Okay.
So they're able to click that link in the profile. But you'll see that like my descriptive here, or my description, it'll have a link in here as well on like Facebook and Instagram. So
gotcha.
but yeah, these are being played very, very quite frequently across TikTok, Instagram, and even Facebook. So if I don't post one, there's always somebody that's like, hey, I didn't see your market update video for what's going on. Are you okay? You're not sick, right?
That's awesome. Yeah, and the other thing I would probably point out too is if you've never used it before, have you ever used a link tree or a bio link in there instead?
I haven't. I've seen a lot of people doing it though, where you could have a link tree and just have multiple like landing pages and
Yeah.
suite attached to
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
That's what my call to action is. I created a price reduced squeeze page.
Okay.
Because basically what I'll say in these videos is, I start off with my opening, which is good morning, right? San Antonio, that always captures engagement. It wakes people up. They're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. But and I'll say, hey, we had 404 new listings hit the market today. So subscribe to my website, and I'll give them the domain so that you're alerted anytime a new property that hits the MLS matches your search criteria. Also, there's been 408 price changes. So if you'd like to get a bargain or a deal, click the link in the post above. And then that's a KV Core squeeze page that's been basically created using the options of price reduced, right? So I went in here, typed in San Antonio, and under options, I'm using that reduced price options filter there so that it has that tagline or that banner of price reduced properties. So, and then for sold, you could say something like, if you're looking to sell your home this year and curious as to what the market value is, go ahead and click the other link above. And that takes them to a seller landing page or like a seller squeeze page, depending upon where you actually want to drive them. So.
Nice. That's
But
awesome.
all fun stuff, strong call to actions in the video. And of course, you can see it's very, very rewarding here. We have a lot of views coming out. You can also do some fun stuff with Canva and, like little short videos, like going to, I went to a nursery here locally the other day. Yeah. And just shot this little video real fast. Right. And I put it into Canva, put like some customizations on it, and then added it to TikTok, Instagram, and even Facebook. But some pretty fun stuff that you can do with it.
Now, I'm going to ask you more TikTok questions because I'm super interested. So does TikTok, is it the kind of thing where they have to follow you to be able to see it, or they're just randomly seeing stuff?
Yeah, no, it just goes based off of interest, right? So if somebody's a friend of a friend or has an interest in, what you're tagging, they'll start seeing your video. So not all of these are local views, right? They're not all from San Antonio. But the idea is that you're still getting your message out there. Now, there are ways to actually be seen in San Antonio, because if I wanted to, for example, go explore, I could explore by a location. So I could say San Antonio, for example, and this will explore by that tag and hashtag of San Antonio. So if you're creating a TikTok video, you have the ability to go ahead and in your video, you could see how you put your location tags. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with Facebook, and then those become searchable based off the actual location.
Cool. That's awesome. Does anybody have any questions?
I know it's a lot of content
A lot
to
of content.
digest, and they're probably like, hold on, slow down. Let me catch up. I'm trying to build this real fast, but
yeah, I mean, I just can see a lot of, doing the market report is great because you've got the template. It's just something you do, and it's something people, expect now from you every day. Or if it's too much, you guys could do just once a week or whatever. But I think it's a great way to kind of dip your toe in and get going with video, get going with social media that way, because video is kind of where it's at, if we're all being honest.
yeah, and that's why I say, when I was sitting here, like, I could do the same old boring ordinary post every day that most realtors do, which is, hey, here's an image of the statistics, or here's a monthly breakdown. But really right now the market's changing so fast that, it's good to stay informed every day and let people know how many new listings there are. It kind of creates an urgency, especially for some homeowners who are thinking of selling. You show them a day where, hey, there's only been 263 new listings, and, almost 100% of those have gone pending. That kind of gives them some encouragement versus waiting to the end of the month and showing them, hey, home prices are down 0.6%, and we're still lacking inventory, but price reductions are on the rise. Like, giving them a daily encouragement in video so that they could focus on what's happening daily versus missing an opportunity throughout the week or whatever it might be. Because home sellers and home buyers are spontaneous, right? They will, in fact, just in the spur of the moment be like, you know what, I found the house I like, I need to sell my home today. And if you're not the agent that's top of mind, you're missing out on opportunities. So that's why it's good to commit to things like these, because you continuously brand yourself and you're continuously staying in that top of funnel on these social platforms so that they're seeing and remembering your name every day. So
are you finding that squeeze page has been kind of the best lead capture, instead of doing maybe like sign up for a market report, or which you can also do with KV Core or anything like that?
Yeah, they like to go to the searches. I don't know why, but they do. They just like to start looking at properties. I know there's a lot of memes that go around social media that's like, hey, me searching $1 million properties on Zillow with $5 in my bank account, whatever it might be. So it's kind of that same similar methodology of home buyers just want to see properties, right? They don't want to have to subscribe to something in order to get details. So by driving them to these squeeze pages, it's allowing me to essentially not only capture them either the first time, but if you have your systems in place, you're able to then also retarget them with like Facebook marketing and things like that if you're running any kind of paid ads on the back end and doing retargeting ads. So it's just a revolving door, right? You're just constantly trying to stay in front of these homeowners and renters and so forth to bring them back to your site and let them know that you're the real estate expert. So
would you say TikTok's where you see the most traction, or do you know, are you I was just thinking about, do you do different squeeze pages to know where they're coming from, or no?
I don't. It's probably something I should theoretically do. I'm just more interested in, because this is all organic, so it's not, it's not anything that I'm paying for. I think if it was more of a paid source, I'd be interested in to see what's giving me a better ROI. But since this is only taking maybe 5 minutes of my time every morning, I'm not truly concerned about like, oh, it came from TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. If I was starting to then, pay to boost these or run paid advertising with them, I would care a little bit more. But right now they're just social leads, right? And social leads can sometimes be 3 months, 6 months, 12 months out. It just really just depends on the actual stage of that leads in their life cycle. The other thing that I've been doing as kind of just a side, it's not even on Canva, but you could get gold coins from your bank. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but you can get gold dollars from your bank. And anytime I go to a small business, I actually leave tips in gold dollars. And it's funny because my wife and I went through the coffee shop line the other day and they were like, hey, it's the gold coin tippers. Like, they kind of remembered us, which was hilarious. And then one of the gals in the background was like, yeah, I just saw his TikTok videos the other day, or I just saw his Instagram videos. He's a real estate agent here. And they're like, oh, you have business cards. And I ended up giving him probably like 30 or 40 cards.
Wow, that's awesome.
Just little things like that you can do to separate yourself. We also run around with $2 bills. So gold coins and $2 bills, that's my trick.
I like it. Who's seen a $2 bill lately? Not me.
No, I tried giving a $2 bill to somebody one day and they were like, you have anything else? like it's real money, I promise you. But you can just do things, doing things really to make yourself stand out. Again, there's a lot of stuff that you can do on Canva, right? These are really, really easy and simple to build and create. And then once you have your template, they're super simple to go in and swap out. So you could do these for market reports. You could do these for neighborhood reports, right? Maybe instead of just like all of San Antonio, you want to become more niche specific and you're like the go-to king or queen of Palm Beach or whatever area it is that you might cover. You can really kind of focus in on a specific area versus just doing like a citywide statistic like I do here.
Yeah,
But
Anthony
yeah,
wants
just
to know if we require them to sign up. So yeah, when you're making, if you want to go back to your squeeze page builder, Ernest, when you're making your squeeze page, you can decide how many properties you allow them to look at. I am of the opinion that you should do it an immediate. How do you feel about that, Ernest?
I think that's where you and I will probably separate a little bit.
Okay.
I'm a 3-person guy.
Really? Okay.
Three's always been my lucky number. My reasoning behind that is to Heather's point, immediately, if you're looking to try and weed out who's serious and who's not, right? Because the people who are serious will in fact register. The people who are not won't, right? They'll close the page out and maybe come back later on when they are more serious. Me saying 3, it's because I've found that this gives the user or the engager enough time to get really kind of sucked into the website, right? Meaning they view properties, they can look at all these photos, that by the 3rd property, they're like, nah, like it's not a big deal. You know, I'm already getting value out of the website. I've seen like 2 properties that I like. Plus KV Core is already tracking those property views for me prior to that registration.
Right.
So I know what they looked at when they come to the website, right? Or when they
do
sign in.
up.
Yeah, when they sign in. So I'll have those 3 properties that they've previewed, and that's enough for KV Core to already have a summary created to start sending out property alerts and start really kind of that nurturing process to those leads. So, but just depends on your strategy. Again, if you want to try and weed out the looky-loos at the beginning, do it immediately. If you want to try 3, but there's really no right or wrong answer. It's just, you know, the further you turn this down, and this really applies to paid ads, the further you turn it down, the higher your cost per lead goes up.
Right.
So if you're not paying for leads and don't care, this really doesn't matter. You could even set it to never, but the idea is that you want to capture some sort of information for your efforts.
Yeah, I would never do never. Unless you're doing a lead format where they're signing up with Facebook first, then you can definitely want to do never. But other than that, yeah, you want them to sign up at some point so you can get their information, not let them just search around for free forever.
Right. Yeah, forever. And then they come to your website and search for free.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, that's kind of my TikTok or my Canva strategy per se. Just trying to think here.
And then I just want to say, like, for those of you who are not Canva gurus, I actually made one this morning. There are like if you click on, if you search for market reports and designs, they have, you know, market report. Like if you click design, no, not there. Like if you pick your size and then search for market report, or you could do it there too, actually. It'll be all different sizes, but as you can see, like if you have something that they have all sorts of different
yeah, you
maybe
might try
real estate market report. I made one today and those aren't showing up. I did it by going to I think I did Instagram stories. And then once I was in the so I clicked Instagram story. And then once I was in the builder, it came up with so if you go to design at the top, the templates, and then just type in, like, I think I typed in market report. Like that first one right there. Or even the next, or that one down. Yep, right there too. Like I just put where that lady's face is, I put the not the one you have, but the one next to it on the left. I just put my video there, you know. So I mean, so if you they do have these kind of and you can see like more like this, and they'll show you like other ones down below that you can use. But yeah, if you're just not good at making them, or you don't like to make them, you can do it that way.
Yeah. See, and you could just, like Heather was saying, you just basically would delete that image and drag and drop, and once you hover over that image element, it'll embed your video into there. And then of course you could easily go ahead and remove that background, right? So if you wanted to just look like that, you can. So kind of cool with that. And there's that video there. So there's a lot of them that you could use once you have it fine-tuned to your liking. You could even add a video onto this one if you wanted to. So for example, if you only wanted to do like 3 tiles here, you could easily just go ahead and remove one of these bottom tiles, and you'll add a image here. It'll be a small image, but you can just go ahead and do that, and then now you got a video on top of this one as well. Well, good. Right, so really cool things that you can do with Canva. Again, it's just really about separating yourself. You might even drag and drop this up. Sorry, I just got a new lead. As we're on here. So but yeah, you could see now, when I play that video, it'll have my video and stuff over that. So kind of cool with what you can do. But like Heather's saying, there's a lot of fun stuff on Canva and templates that you could already do.
Yeah, I like to play with Canva a lot.
Yes, this is the paid version of Canva. So if you're looking into Canva, I think I signed up when it was $12, Heather. I don't know if that's still the case. I think it's only like $12.99 a month, but you will get a lot of usage out of it. Trust me. You're going to build one thing and be like, oh man, I can go and do so much more, because not only are there market reports in here, but to Heather's point, like she goes to, Instagram stories, right? So if we go to create design and we go to Instagram stories, let's say you got a fresh new listing and you want to create a video about it for your story. Check this out. There's a lot of new listing templates in here already for you.
Yeah, and just throw your video on top of it.
Yeah,
say,
just throw your video on top.
Listing.
Or if you have like video walkthrough videos, those perform really, really well in these Canva templates. So like, for example, if you had professional photographer go through and do like a virtual tour walking through here, you could actually have that video in here embedded into these templates. So yeah, I think in fact, there's probably some in here that do that already, that have the video for you. So, but you might create a new listing story post, or you might create a new open house post or something along those lines. You're gonna get the usage out of that $12, trust me.
Yeah.
And then once you have all your social channels connected, it's super simple just to go share it to Facebook, create your post, and so forth.
Yeah, so I just looked it up. It's $12.99 a month. If you do it monthly. If you do it for the whole year, it ends up being less than $10 a month, but you have to pay a year in advance. So I think it's just so worth it. There's so many tools available in it to do it, and it has all the sizing correct for you, which is really nice, I think, for all the different platforms and things like that too. Yeah,
they even have some apps here. I don't know if you've seen these yet or not, or if you've played around with them. But they have, it's an AI. Everybody heard that word AI and they're like, oh no, run. They have an image builder here, I think it is, that you can, where'd it go? It was popping up for a while. Maybe they pulled it off and are just doing some updates to it. But you could basically go ahead and create an image using AI. So if you had an example of an image and you wanted them to create an image for you, you would just basically drag and drop that image into there and it would create it. There's also this text to image, right? So create me a market report background image. And the text to image, I mean, it's still being fine tuned. Of course, some of this looks a little cheesy, but you might get some good results out of it, right? Like, they have like this if you wanted to add it to there, but just some like little tools that you might be interested in using in the future with it. So some cool things you can do.
The world of AI.
Yes, ever evolving.
Jacqueline says, shh, you're not, we are screen sharing because I can see his screen. Maybe you're looking at a different spot, Jacqueline, on your, oh, you started out. Great. No, you're fine. Cool. Well, I just want to say thank you to Ernest for showing us all this today. And I didn't even have to bust out my Canva, which was awesome because I am fresh off vacation and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But does anyone have any questions either about for Ernest or for me about Canva, about anything KV Core related? We can do this topic or anything else. You can throw it in the Q&A or put it in the chat. Jacqueline wants to know what kind of microphone you bought.
Honestly, I don't even know the name of it. I just went on to Amazon and typed in what is the name of it? I typed in iPhone microphone and it came up. I'll give you all the name here if I can find it fast enough.
Those Amazon orders.
Yeah, we're Amazon. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we order quite frequently from Amazon.
As do I.
It's just so easy. It makes life so much more simple, especially with toddler and trying to get him in the car, go to the store, shop. We usually, when we go to the store with him, we end up with about $200 worth of stuff that we did absolutely not need. Most of it being dinosaurs, which I'm okay with him being happy. So it is it doesn't have it came up as professional lavalier mic. So it's made by Maybesta, if that helps. Maybesta. And it's $19.99. I don't know if you could see.
No, can't, but yeah, I think the kind of point is you really don't need anything super special to do it, just a microphone and it was what, $20?
Yeah, it was only $20 and it syncs really well with the iPhone. The cool thing about it too is that you can use it for other things. If you're at a listing or you're at a you're going to do a video tour of your property, it just having good quality audio come out of your video is very, very beneficial to your success with that actual video, right?
Right.
We've all gone through and seen the day and age of iPhone cameras and the world of real estate. I mean, I was there too, right? Recording with your iPhone, no gimbal, walking around and the camera is just terrible. But with the evolution of the iPhone cameras and just cameras in general on cellular devices, you can really get some good quality content out of your cell phone. You just need to make sure you have the right plugins for it. So,
yeah,
but very simple. This just plugs into my USB, and then I usually clip this somewhere under my shirt and turn it on, and we are ready to roll. So,
nice, I like it.
Yeah.
Any other questions for anybody else? Last call.
It looks like there's one
in the Q&A.
Yeah.
What is the relation between Canva and KV Core, brand new to KV Core? So I think as we kind of talked about earlier, when Ernest is posting out to his social media, he's directing them back to squeeze pages that he made on KV Core so that they can go ahead and search. In this particular instance, he was doing call to action for, hey, you want a great deal, search all the homes that have had a recent price reduction. And he made a squeeze page on KV Core that has all of the homes that had a price reduction in San Antonio. And so they can go ahead and click that link that he in his social media posts, or sometimes depending on the platform like Instagram and TikTok, you put it up in your bio so that people can go click there and then they're going to be asked to sign up once they get to your once they get to your website to see all of those price reduce options. So it's just a great way, you know, I think KV Core does a great job of giving you the tools to get free lead generation. And this is just a way for you to kind of step it up a notch and get a lot more lead generation by kind of standing out, standing apart, and getting a lot of traction on your posts and your videos and stuff. Yeah. Anybody else? All right, guys, as always, it's a pleasure. Wow. It's really hard to be in Mexico for a week and then come back and have to talk like a normal person. So anyway, come see us. Like I said, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays for these, and we always try and bring you guys new ideas for getting lots of leads into KV Core. And I really want to thank Ernest so much for coming on and doing this with us. It's nice to have someone who's actually doing it and seeing results to come on and talk to you guys about what's happening out there and what your options are. So thank you so much, Ernest.
Not a problem. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, everyone.
Yep. Okay, we'll see everyone later. Take care.